Hi guys, it's Mrs. Monroe. Today we're going to be talking about topic 12-5, which is counting fractions on a number line. We're also going to be talking about whole fractions, improper fractions, and mixed numbers, and how they apply to a number line. So there's a few things we need to review. The first of which is a whole fraction. Remember, when you have the same number in the denominator as you have in the numerator, that you have a whole. Like when we were doing the candy bars in class and we broke them up and we had 12 pieces, that was still a whole candy bar if you had all 12 pieces. So if the denominator and the numerator match, then it's a whole fraction. It makes one whole item. The next vocabulary that we're going to be talking about is improper fractions. Improper fractions are when the numerator, which is supposed to be small, is actually really big and outweighs the denominator on the bottom. So the denominator takes 6 in this example, and so we have 8 on top. So that means we not only have one whole, we also have 2 extra parts, because if I take 8 minus 6, I get 2. So the numerator is larger than the denominator, and therefore the fraction is equal to more than one whole. So this would actually be 1 and 2/6, or equal to 1 and 2/6, which brings us to our next vocabulary, which is mixed numbers. So a mixed number has a whole number and a fraction, which makes it mixed because it has both. And it is equal to usually an improper fraction. We'll learn how to make improper and mixed fractions later on in the year, but not so much right now. So a mixed number is more than a whole number, and it has a whole number and a fraction within it. And then an improper is just a mixed number that's in fraction form. Okay? So let's move on to our paper today. This is page 635. We're going to do 3 and 4 over here. So today on Solvis, you're going to have to label the parts of a number line going past 1. So in 3 and 4, each number line has equal lengths marked. Write the missing fraction. So first of all, we're going to look at the denominator, and we see that it's 3. So that means one whole piece from 0 to 1, or 3/3, is broke into 3 pieces. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 0, and then I'm going to count. So 1, so this fraction would be, hopefully you know, 1/3. And then this one is 2/3 and 3/3. But then look over here. We've went past the 1. So we're going to keep counting today because we're looking for improper fractions today. We're not working with our mixed number so much. So we're going to keep counting. So I have 3/3 makes the whole. So then the next one's going to be improper because it's over a whole. So it's going to be 4/3. Okay, so let's move on down here. To number 4. So I'm going to look at the fractions here. I can see they're broke into fourths for my denominator. So that means to get to the whole, I'm going to have 4/4 is going to be the whole. So I can find 1 and go there. And then I'm counting my pieces. So from 0 to here is 1. So this would be 1/4. And you can see 2/4 and 3/4 already there for you. We filled in the 1 whole, which is 4/4. So then the next one, we're just going to keep counting on the top. The numerator is changing. The denominator is not. So my numerator is 5. It's now improper. Then I have 6/4. Then I have 7/4. And look over here. Do you see that this is 2 wholes? And so now look, we're writing the multiples of 4. So 4 and times 2 would be 8. So for 2 wholes, it's going to be 8/4. All right, moving on down here. So read all the directions, independent practice, leveled practice. In 5 through 7, each number line has equal lengths marked. Write the missing fraction. So we go to the denominator, we look and we say, oh, look, this is divided into seconds or halves. So I have a 1 here for my whole, so this is going to be 1/2, which is 1/2. Oh, I didn't get a text box in there. It's be 1/2. And then I have 1, and then I have 3 halves, which is the same as 1 and 1/2, right? All right, so over here, same thing. It's the 2 is the denominator. But look here, I have 1 over 2, and then my whole would be 2 over 2, which isn't written on here. And then the next one, we're still looking for improper, so this one would be 3 over 2. Oh, I made it way too big. Which would be 3 over 2. Okay, still improper. All right, let's go ahead and down here to 8 and 9. In 8 and 9, divide the number line into equal lengths. Write the missing fraction. So again, we're going to look at the denominator. We see that this 1 from 0 to 1 is broken into thirds. So that means I need 2 tick marks in between 0 and 1. So that gives me 1 and 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3. And I'm going to keep going. So this would be 4/3 and 5/3. Then 3 times 2 is 6, so that would be 6/3 and 7/3 and 8/3, and 3 times 3 is 9, so this would be 9/3. Okay, hopefully I said that right. I was kind of distracted. Okay, so this would be 1/3, 2/3. Let's see if I can copy this. Okay, so this is 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. So then this one would be not 1/3, but 4/3. Let's paste this again. 4/3. And this one would be 5/3. And oh, I just pasted that inside of there. We don't want to do that. So 5/3. And then this would be 6/3. Keep going over. 6/3. So 7/3. And one more. And it would be, oh, darn it. Having technical difficulties. This one would be 8/3. And so then this would be 9/3. So over here, you can kind of write your multiples out if you're questioning what the top will be. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So then if you added the whole fractions in here, it doesn't ask that, but I'm going to go ahead and do that so you can see them. Then this one would be 3 over 3. Be the same as 1 right here. You can hear Echo walking by there. She's so graceful. And let's copy this and paste it so you can see the second whole would then be 6/3, because 2 times 3 is 6, and you've taken 2 holes and broken both holes into 3 pieces. And then the last one, I did it again. The last one would be 3/3, or 3 times 3, which would be 9/3, which would go here, which would be 9 over 3. Okay, again, just write your multiples to get to the whole. Okay, that's all. Oh, I have one more for you down here. Number 14 says, draw lines to divide the number line into fourths and show a point at 3/4 and show the other point at 10/4. So on this one, we have to break it up. So we look at the denominator. Again, the denominator is 4, so that means I need 4 pieces in between each hole, or 3 tick marks. We'll break it into 4 pieces. So put my tick marks on there. I kind of got them down here to make it a little quicker for us. maybe. Okay, so that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you could keep going, but I'm going to stop there because that gets us where we need to be. So the first one I have to label is 3/4, so I just come down here and I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. So I put a 3/4 here. 3/4. And then the next one that I have to label is 10/4, so I just count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put this over here. 10/4. It's a little bit bigger, so the 10 is where it needs to be. There you go. Put these side by side so you can see them better. There we go. So 3/4 and 10/4. And then let's go ahead and copy one of these. Paste it. Okay, so there. I felt like I needed to show you that this was actually broken into 4 pieces here too. So 3/4 and 10/4. You know that these are going to be 4/4. 4 times 2 is 8, so this would be 8/4. 4 times 3 is 12, so this would be 12/4 for our holes. All right. So let's do one on Savas and then I'll let you go. This is number 1 on the Savas today. It says the number line has equal links marked. Write the missing fraction. So if we look at our number line, our denominator is 8. So that means our fraction is divided into 8 pieces. And so we have to fill in the missing numbers that are on the number line. So let's just look at this one up here and go from there. So do you notice that it starts on 0? You don't have 0 eighths, it's just a 0. So then you have 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. So what's missing is 6/8, 7/8. Number 1 would be 8/8, 9/8, and 10/8. So we need one. We're looking for one that has a 0 and then 1/8. So this has a 0 and 1/8. Is that good? Let's see if it fits the bill. So I got 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8, 9/8, 10/8. That one looks pretty good. Okay, let's look at these other ones and find out why they do not look good. So down here on C, you can tell, look here, I have a 0 and then 0/8. These are the same thing. So we can't start counting at 0/8 if we already have a 0. Okay, when I look over here, this all looks good. It's going up by 8s, but then look at this. They're comparing this 8th mark here to one whole because they've started going to wholes now. 1, 2, 3. Remember when we're dealing with fractions, everything has to be equal. So from 1 to 2 has to be the same as from 0 to 1. So that one can't be right. And then down here we have 0, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8, and then they have 1/8 again. This isn't 1/8. You could put another whole number there and it could be 1 and 1/8 and 1 and 2/8, but it's not just 1/8 because it comes all the way from 0. So that either has to be 9/8 or 1 and 1/8. Okay? So I hope that helps you get through today's lesson. This is 12-5. Have a good day and have a good weekend. Bye. Oh, Echo says bye too.